Hi, my name is Jonathan, and welcome to this video. It's called Edushare. So just to be quick, it's actually like a share video of me sharing my thoughts. Basically just releasing what's become um, a burden for me, or like a thought process that's still lingering, and maybe I can share it to you if you really need it. You can find it more on my Instagrams, LinkedIn, and others that you can find on the description of my channel as well as my video. Today it's been like I think a month or two. Yeah, it's been a long time since I made my previous video about my sharings during my exchange period in Taiwan. I'm now in Indonesia, and today I want to share something that might be controversial a little bit. I shared this with my friends, and most of them did not agree with how I say it, and that's okay. Um, but yeah, you can disagree with it, and it is perfectly fine. It is about jealousy. Yeah, jealousy. It's iri dengki in Indonesian. Um, Basically, what jealousy means for me is that you are looking at something great. You are looking at someone great. You are looking at a great product, a great civilization, a great country, a beautiful scenery, and you are just jealous that you want to become like it. So, so yeah, for instance, you are saying like your peers have turned into a successful person. They have written their stories on mass media, or they have a huge social media presence, or you can see like their portfolio is just rapidly growing. They earn their money quickly, or they're just like having fun working in NGOs, and just actualizing what they really like, and they have the place to do so. So you can be jealous of many things, but my point is, or my argument is, that in order to pass certain level of success, then you have to live through a jealousy consistently. Meaning you have to own that jealousy. You have to consistently face that jealousy as your success metrics, in a sense that the moment you are not really jealous of that person, and it repeats consistently, then that's the moment that, okay, maybe I've grown, and I've certainly match, or like more or less match what he or she has turned into. So that's my argument, that jealousy can be your success matrix. Now the question would be, it is very subjective, right? It is not something that can be consistent. You can be jealous of someone or something right now, and maybe life sucks, or like, at least life's tiring. So like a month or two later, you forgot about it, and you're not really jealous about it. I'm not saying that it is wrong, um, but I think that's just why this video is not for everyone. What I believe upon is that jealousy should be something that occurs consistently, even when you do not want it. So, like you're tired, or like at least you just want to change your life to have your time more for your family, for your friends, and so on. And that jealousy still kicks in. Like why that people have turned into this? Why my friend has become this great, and I'm just stuck in this position? That hunger, that thirst, that ambition, that obsession, in a healthy proportion for everyone, it's very different. But my argument is that everyone should have it. Like everyone should have at least a tiny amount of obsession or thirst to achieve what they want. Now, it's not really healthy, mainly because you can be jealous of so many things, so many industries, so many fields, so many parameters, and you can't really do everything. You can't achieve everything that you want, right? We can't really achieve everything that what we want, because it's not only that our time and and stamina and our resources are limited, but also it is unwise for us to tackle everything without focusing into something, even when you are like an expert generalist or something. Focusing into one thing at a time is very important. That's the thing that I try to believe right now. Now, how to apply this jealousy and why this is important. I'd like to share a story of me because I did not really come from a background where I have that many opportunities to see things beyond my circles, because I grew back in a small city called Sawalunto um, in West Sumatra. It is a small city. You can call it even a village. And there, what I met is like it is like a city of, I don't know, 100 to 100 people in total. So there are not like many persons there, and basically you can know everyone just by living there for a year or two. And most people there is working at the market. They sell foods, or they work like in a small state-owned enterprise in my city. And we have like pretty routine life. The employees or the workers enter company or entered the office at 8, came back home at 4 or 5, and then after that there's like a community-based activities there and so on. We did not really have internet back then, so I did not really have any source of jealousy at that point. But long story short, when I go to Bogor, it is like um, a kind of metropolitan city right now. It is like 2 hours using car from Jakarta, our capital city. So suffice to say, it is near our capital city, and because of that, there's like many modernization happen. Like there are many great buildings, great offices, and it is a very popular place to for you to have your vacation. So like you can meet like many types of people there, like yeah, even the successful ones that usually work in Jakarta. And going to that environment, I found that okay, wow, there are people who can actually like go to many countries before they're 25, before they are 30. There are people who can make their own business straight coming out from high school, coming out from university. Oh, there are people who just went tons of Olympiads, tons of math Olympiads, science, and so on. Or there are people who are very street smart, So if you are going with them to any places, then you can rely on them to do everything, and everything will just be smooth because they are very street smart in doing things on a daily basis. So I fell in love into the concept of jealousy that um, I whenever I'm unmotivated, whenever I want to give up, then just need to channel this jealousy. I remember this person, that person, this office, or this country, and then oh, I really want to go there. I really want to be this like this kind of person. I really want to work as this in this company, and it kind of repeats. It kind of transforms into several dreams. But the point is that anger, that jealousy is still there each and every single day. It fluctuates, but it's still there in different proportions every single day. And long story short, I graduated from high schools and I moved into Bandung for my university. And at that point, I faced even bigger crowds of great persons with like, seemingly like limitless opportunities for you to be better. Because I think during my university year, I see like people who are very consummated or like committed into their fields, and they are really great into it. Like there are people who make their business, and I saw how it grows until it's now purchasing money at awesome level. There are like tech guys, and they're coming from informatics. They come from IT fields, and right now they're purchasing quite big salary for an entry level. There are also people who just want to enjoy and impact their social life, and that's why they're joining NGOs, they're joining social-based enterprises, and they are doing great. I've seen like they are helping some people out there. And there are like consultancy where unless you know the industry, you might not know what happens there. But yeah, suffice to say, they have become greater and greater as a human being. Like yeah, working in consultancy is hard, so inevitably they grow as a person. And when I've 3 years, 4 years into university, and I'm now approaching my final year, I'm starting to see like a very broad and seemingly limitless options for me to be successful. And um, while I do have my set of preferences to kickstart my career, I love sport. I want to be a sports scientist one day. I love healthcare industry, and maybe it's best if I can participate in the industry as a product person coming from product backgrounds, or at least project background. So yeah, either project or product, or I also enjoy learning about business a little bit here and there, and kind of nurturing a business concept into a prototype, and hopefully a real business that can produce money. Um, I kind of know what kind of place that I be into once I graduate and enter the industry, but I'm I'm never sure that what I really like, or what I really like right now is something that truly becomes my calling. And that's why jealousy becomes important, because it forces me to see others. Like sometimes I have to force myself to see LinkedIn or Instagram and to see what my friends have become. This is the point that my friends do not really agree with me, because it may distract you from what your passion really is, or it might make your your mental health becomes problematic. Or at least when when you already have your stress in your daily life, and then you have to be forced to see what others have become, then it's double stress, and not everyone wants to do it. But what I want to say is, I've learned from, and at least I've watched videos, podcasts, and articles, books from so many great people who are not in their 40s, in their 50s, so they have like at least twice as my age. So yeah, suffice to say, their life experience is like tons ahead of me. And what they share mostly is how you should have that thirst consistently. You should have that jealousy. You should always have the target to pursue. Some people being frontal and vocal about their target. Some people are more subtle about it. Like some people even do not realize that they do have the targets. So like when everyone asks like, what are your targets for next year? I don't really have it, but deep inside, at least they know what kind of person they want to become, what kind of thing that they really like, and they believe they can excel in. So at least they can earn money, and they can earn a living from that. And that's when you can also like what you are doing even more, because your life is established, and that's the point that you can also do more without worrying about the basic things. To achieve that point, I believe jealousy is important. It forces you to explore, it forces you to change your standard repeatedly, and it's become even more important during my age, because you know um, we are very prone, like in the social media bubble, civilization, to kind of fall in love into our bubble. And it includes me. Like I love what friends I do have right now, my closest circles. I love it's comfortable, they hear me, it's a fun ride with them. But once in a while I have to force myself into seeing the world outside. Like when I went into Taiwan, and I had my exchange there for 5 months. um I did not intend initially to meet with athletes or like sports persons there, because I took like sports courses there, and I initially just wanted to like meet them during classes, and then that's it. Like maybe we're gonna meet once in a while outside, but I'm not really going deep into their life as an athlete, because yeah, that's not just my priority. but as I've progressed and meet them repeatedly in the class, then I can, it is intriguing to observe their full habit a day as an athlete and also a student. So like I can do observe their habit, from morning to afternoon, they become students, they're joining classes, and then from afternoon at 3-4 p.m. until evening, that's when they are training. And our training field is located near our classes. It is near the faculty building, so I can directly go out from my class and seeing how they work out. And seeing them, I observe how they think and what are their habits are, and that's when I kind of feel the jealousy, or like the it triggers my ambition that, oh, okay, I have to be able to relate with them because I want to be a sport related. I want to have a sport related career out sometimes at one time near in the future. So I've got to start to commit into the process of knowing what persons would be around in my industry and how can I get along with them, especially because I'm quite very introverted, and it takes some time for me to like identify how can I be a friend towards certain types of persons. Like, living in Taiwan and meeting athletes, like you are combining two profiles that is very, very effective, very disciplined, and there's be an athlete in Taiwan, then you are a very or an ultra effective and ultra disciplined person, and communicating with them. Um, you've got also to be efficient, effective to the point with what you're talking, and that's when they will express their respect to you. And that's the start. After that time, I have the conversation, and as I grow, and now I'm going back into Indonesia, um, I just realized that jealousy of people who have gone to foreign countries, but also jealousy of people who have access towards athletes. And because back previously I've stated that I am jealous towards athletes. Maybe if you don't know, Kobe Bryant is my idol, and I really love his habits, his work ethics. And there was a time when I wanted to be an athlete, but now I just adore his work ethic, and now I wish I could be like him someday. And now I transform what my dream was into being close with athletes and helping them, because like now I want to be certain type of person, but as I grow, then life will teach me that I will be in this industry for still, but you will not do this role through several reasons. Maybe the job opportunities is not there, or maybe your skills is best utilized in different things that you don't really know right now, and that's when jealousy plays into account to force you to explore things and be ready when opportunities success. Um, I do not want to say that everyone should do this. Everyone should be like, consistently going out of the comfort zone, because life's hard. My life is exceptionally easy and simpler. I have all the privileges of going to university, having friends, having stable life, and I do not want to say that everyone should like hear this and suddenly, you have to be ambitious and just being very dynamic and being very persistent, or like increasing your work frequency, or you start becoming a different person. um, Maybe in the next video I will share like this mindset is actually sacrificing a lot of things, and inevitably that's the sacrifices that either yourself or others have to bear. And yeah, it's the inevitable truth about achieving a higher dream than what you should be able to do. When you elevate your dream, then there is some extra sacrifices that have to be paid either by you or by the people around you. And yeah, in most cases, both happen. So yeah, like in my case, I'm now staying in Bandung for a long time, and I've, maybe I will not meet my parent and my sister for a long time. I did not have much time to mentor my sister, and I did not really have, I did not spend much of my time to accompany my mother at home because my father already passed away. So those are the sacrifices that I made, but also my family has to make. And in longer term, like there are many people who there are many great men and great women who will say that their husband or at least their spouses um, are the best thing that happened in their life because they are committed to support their spouse. And in a smaller scale, that's what I experience right now. But it's for another topic. To close this video, for me, jealousy is a very effective driver because it triggers easily for me and maybe for you too. If it were up to me, I would say that we should not evade or we should not go away from what we are jealous into, especially if it occurs like repeatedly. If you want to be something, if you want to be like someone, and it occurs repeatedly, and you say to yourself that you should not dream to be them, or you won't be able to be like them in any certain way, like not 100% like them, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Then I don't think it is a good idea simply because it's gonna repeatedly occur, and that's what I'm feeling right now. Like yeah, final year, I'm doing my thesis. I try to just commit to specific things, but I'm now still very intrigued to know how healthcare would move forward, how sports science would move forward, and that's why I'm still doing LinkedIn. I'm connecting to several groups of sports scientists. I'm seeing what universities would become my option later on, maybe 5-10 years ahead, for my post undergraduate career, and on the other side still joining boot camps and everything trainings to nurture my English, to sharpen my English. This is one of the way, making this video is also to improve my English and keep it good. And yeah, still exploring new fields. Like this semester, I'm really into consulting compared to my previous semesters because I see it as a very extreme industry where you will have tons of perks and opportunities, but also it comes with a huge sacrifice and commitments. And again, it will not only come from you, it will come from the others around you. And that's when it becomes a huge commitment. Like, yeah, it should make sense for you. So yeah, hopefully this video is useful, especially for you who often uses jealousy, who often use ambition, obsession as your main driver. If anyone wants to ask, you can drop your comments here. But nevertheless, hopefully that jealousy, the thirst for you to become better, which should internally come from yourself. So it's not really something that you should force. And if that is the case, that you are feeling that inner ambition or inner obsession to catch something, or being something, then just pursue it. Being disliked will inevitably happen. I will share it maybe in next video how I try to handle it. It is actually like a feeling that just happens. Like I did not realize that there are people who dislike me. I was just being oblivious with it, but now I try to embrace it because maybe there are some truths in it. And yeah, this is the tricky part when you want to keep your surrounding clean and make yourself comfortable in doing your daily works, but also you do not want to be oblivious with critiques. And you have to hug them. At least you have to be accessible for them, and you can access your biggest critiques, because yeah, I believe that's how we should grow. Not only protecting ourselves in certain circle. So yeah, that's all. Thank you for hearing this, and hopefully this video can be like just a sharing how I believe on jealousy, how it is not for everyone, but if you have it, then please pursue it, and try your best. Do not take this video in extreme, in a sense that, okay, then I have my ambition, I have my passion, now let's do it. No, you've got to go through several processes. You've got to check whether you like it or not. Joins internships, joins boot camps, joins competitions, and in a bigger scale, you check, do you like it, or do you like only the prices, or you only like the friends that go with you. Meaning, if those friends go, then you don't like that thing anymore. We have to check it every day, but the power of jealousy to force you into exploring opportunities and keep validating what you really like, especially at this age, at my age, 21, 22, when everyone says that it is like a mid quarter life crisis. But for me, it's more about, this is like a first step to really determine what kind of person do you want to become. For me, I believe that the biggest product, or like the most the most the greatest product that you can produce through your career and through your growth is you yourself, your attitude, characteristics, skill, and it combines into who you are in the next 5, 10 years after you are having your career. It means that it is more than how much money do you have, what titles do you have, or where you are working. If you can grow in the places that you feel is proportional or feel is fitting for you, and you do grow into becoming a better person, and I think that's when you can say that your career path now is great for you. Because yeah, I believe everyone wants to be better each and every day, and it's not about all the tangible things. It's just that you feel that you've become a better person, you become more considerate, respectful, and all those little things that makes us into a human being. Yeah, and that's what jealousy should be about. Jealousy should not make you into a monster or a robot 24/7 for your entire life. It should instead forces you to also realize that you are a human being, but at some point you've got to be a robot. At some point you've got to be a dragon, when you are in a crisis or in a complex situation. And that's also what jealousy forced me to realize, that you've got different modes, or just different mindsets that you've got to use in different cases. And through jealousy, I am forced to learn how to apply it properly. Like, yeah, your family wants your attention at the times when you want to also focus upon what you are doing, and you cannot really deny, or like you shouldn't, or maybe I shouldn't neglect my family anymore in the future if they require my attention, or vice versa. So how you can be like a dragon at the workplace, that at the same time you become also a good person for your family, and it can go hand in hand. That's also what jealousy has forced me into. It forced me to look deeper than what the job titles are, what are the accolades are. Like, why Kobe Bryant is being loved is not only because he is great basketball, but also once he retires, he becomes a great dad. He makes a very touching short video that won Oscar, I believe, or Grammy. And once he retires, he commits really to his girls, and seeing how he transformed from a beast on the court into a loving fire of the court. That's the part that make all people can love him, even those who dislike the Lakers. When he played, it goes the same with Google right now, or Alphabet, I should say. Let me see. I forgot the name of the CEO of Alphabet. Sundar Pichai. I think there was a time that he said, he promised that once he became the CEO, then he will not sacrifice his night time for his girl or his daughter to read her a story before she slept. She sleeps on the night. So imagine you're becoming a CEO of Google, and you still commit to do that to your daughter every single day, which is awesome. For you in Indonesia, Deddy Corbuzier, and how obsessive he is with his workouts. He only sleeps like 3-4 hours a day, and not everyone can do it. And yeah, it's an amazing thing. But what makes more people loving him more and more is because now he's having like a stepdaughter, and that daughter uh, makes nurturing him and elevating him one more level into becoming a loving father for his daughter. And at the same time, he's still becoming an amazing podcast host in his platform. So yeah, that's also the part that maybe I will explain later in the video. But just to close this video and make sure no one is having any misconception about jealousy. This is a feeling that should be validated. You should use this um, with or your own risk. But nevertheless, I believe those are all the exclusive benefits that you can get. And the final product of your jealousy is that it forces you to look as a person as complete as possible. And when you say that you are jealous to become like them, there are like several dimensions that you can attract or you can pull from that person. And it is not, about their title or their money anymore. It is greater, it is more than that. And that's the moment that jealousy works for you. It forces you to become a better human being through being jealous on how others' life have become. And life, I repeat, I have to emphasize on this, like life should not be defined by anything that's apparent, that's visible on your social media and everything. That's my belief. Um, that becoming a better person should not be like valued just through your careers or your grades or your achievements, but you've got to be a better person as a human being. And that's the more the more the greater level of what dream should be about, becoming a person who can do this or who can contribute that. And whatever job role may available in the industry, then yeah, that's just the pathway. But the goal is not that. The goal is becoming a person who can help or a person who can contribute towards certain ways to a specific goal at the end of the day. So yeah, thank you so much for hearing this video. Hopefully this helps. As usual, I'm kind of blabbering here and there at some points. But, thank you for hearing this, and hopefully this helps. If you're jealous about something, never go away from it. Embrace it, and hopefully one day you're gonna be less jealous about it, and you can be jealous for another thing, and that's why you go from on the top of the mountain into going down again, and then search for another peak, and that's how life should be about for me, searching for different peaks of mountains. And yeah, let's go. Thank you so much, and hopefully you can enjoy this video. Bye bye.